Number 229 in the Masters of Cinema series is The Thousand Eyes of Dr. Mabuse. Now, this movie comes almost 30 years after the last Mabuse movie, which came out in 1933. It's really interesting as a trilogy to look at, you know, the one from the 22, 33, 60. It's just weird how they are such different movies and yet they have that connectivity all the way through them. Of course, we have a very similar death within this movie that was done in Testament of Dr. Mabuse, and it had me a little bit worried because you have a reporter in a traffic jam who gets shot, and then all the cars pull away, leaving that static vehicle with the dead man inside it. And it's very reminiscent of a wonderful sequence in Testament. And I started to wonder if this was going to be an almost remake at certain points, but it doesn't. It deviates from that. But what it does do is it carries on the legacy of Mabuse by having these investigators, by having these people bringing up the history and the legacy of Mabuse and how he killed someone very similar to that. And that kind of throws us into the mystery that we have here. We go to the Lexer Hotel, where everything's pretty much going to be situated, and we start to meet a whole host of characters. We see a woman that's about to commit suicide, who's saved by Henry B. Travers, a rich American businessman who just happens to be staying at the hotel, and he manages to save her. You get Goldfinger himself, Gert Frobe, who appears to be the investigator, the commissar, the person who's going to track down exactly what's going on here. And he is good, but you know, I think Loman from 33 Testament better. And you get all different kind of weirdness thrown in here. You get a clairvoyant who contacts the police and who has visions of things that are going to happen, and it just adds a nice spin to it all. And very early on you get an idea of all these people. There's also an insurance salesman who seems to be overly friendly and just everywhere within this hotel as well. You've got these group of people, they're all situated pretty much within this hotel. They're all very dubious people who seem to be not telling the truths about everything that's going on within their lives. And as a mystery movie, it really builds up the mystery really well. And I did like Gert Frobe as the inspector, the person trying to track it all down. He does have that kind of fun mannerisms. He feels as if he's aping Loman from the Testament a little bit, but he has that kind of aesthetic where he's always eyeballing everybody. He's always having a little bit of wordplay as he tries to figure out what their real machinations are. The look of the movie is really good, and just to see some of the visual throwbacks that has been in the previous Mabuse movies is terrific to watch, because like I said, the car sequence is one of the most notable ones, but there's other sequences as well that are very reminiscent of the other two Mabuse movies, and it's really good to see Lang kind of throw homage to those movies and have that interconnectivity between these movies, because initially the whole idea of Mabuse as a character is of course the first one in The Gambler, but after that he becomes an almost mythical figure, and although he's never got a large role in the movies, you feel as if he's the mastermind behind everything that's going on. Now, I liked a lot of the characters in this one. I thought the insurance salesman was incredibly fun. I loved the inspector. I thought that Henry, the American tourist rich businessman who gets kind of caught up in everything, along with the woman that he saves, Marion, was a really nice aspect to it. And of course you get the mastermind behind everything. You don't get to see who that is, but you get to see him point his minions in their next moves, and you get the idea of the thousand eyes of Dr. Mabuse being this hotel that is laced with cameras, where someone can watch everybody, hear their private conversations, and that adds a whole new slant to it. I really enjoyed The Thousand Eyes of Dr. Mabuse. I don't think it's on the same level as Testament. I think the actors are really fun, and you can see Lang having a lot of playful moments within the movie, calling back to the previous films as well in certain scenes. There is lots of red herrings. There is lots of suspicious characters that you could point to, and as a mystery, it works really well. And I think The Thousand Eyes of Dr. Mabuse is a nice kind of round out for the Lang trilogy of Mabuse movies, and yeah, definitely worth checking out if you enjoyed Testament. I'd love to know your thoughts on this movie. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.